It's throwback week here at footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Huntazar of the Playbook, bring you an NFL Week 4 preview between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Jets. So let's look at some keys to victories for both teams, starting with San Francisco.
Looking at the 49ers defensively coming into this matchup versus the New York Jets, the onus has to fall on the front seven. They're going to have to do a better job this week of playing contained. They can't get out of their gap discipline responsibilities and stopping the New York Jets run that killed them last week versus Minnesota. If they can keep everything tackle to tackle, that's going to put them in better position to stop the run and put everything on the Jets passing game, in which they have an advantage with their secondary matching up versus the wide receivers of the Jets. Now, on the offensive side of the football, you look at how they can attack the Jets 3-4-4-3 hybrid defense. I think the passing game is going to have to be in the forefront. So let's go into the lab to see how they can do so.
I think the 49ers can exploit the 3-4 defense of the New York Jets with the passing game. And I know the Jets sometimes run a 4-3, maybe more of a 4-3 team this year, but when they go to that 3-4 look, you can exploit this with the passing game. Let's see right here, Vernon Davis, Manningham, Crabtree. Let's get unique right here and put Delaney Walker here in the backfield, versatile guy with Frank Gore. What you want to do, you want to give him a half waggle, half boot, so that way you have a slight run pass option. And what you're reading the left cornerback and the free safety. That's your first read, second read. Here's your first hot right here. This is where you want to go with the football. Why? Because you have this guy covering him, and you also want to bring it back to this guy as your third read. Why? Because if this free safety is flowing this way, this will be your second target right here. So that's where you want to get protected at. You want to make sure you read 1, 2, and then come back to Vernon Davis across the middle. So I think there's ways in the passing game for the 49ers to exploit the 3-4 defense of the New York Jets.
Let's move over to the New York Jets. I look at their defensive line. I think the key person on their defensive line right now has to be Muhammad Wilkerson. Chaos on wheels does a great job of stonewalling the running game. He's going to have his hands full this week, as the 49ers love to pull guards and get the running game going left to right on the outside. Kyle Wilson will be the focal point of the passing attack, and I think he can hold his own versus the intermediate passing game of the 49ers. They don't really attack vertically. I think the bigger problem and the bigger question mark, not really a problem, but the bigger matchup is going to be LaRon Landry and how he matches up versus those tight ends of the 49ers. If they can do so, they can have a chance in this game at home. Now you look at the offensive side of the football, it's time for the Jets to get creative. They got to use Tebow in the option situation. So let's go back into the lab and show you how the Jets can do so to have an advantage this week versus San Francisco.
Here's how I think the New York Jets can beat the pressure of the San Francisco 49ers by utilizing the option. Here's how we're going to have it set up. And personnel is the key, man. Check this out. Now you have a shotgun formation with two backs. This second back should be either Joe McKnight or Jeremy Curley. Why Curley? Because this is the pitch guy, essentially, and Sean Green right there with Tebow in the backfield. Holmes should split the middle of the numbers or the bottom of the numbers. Why? Because this is a lot of range. So I drew the hash marks right here. It's a lot of area for these two guys to cover. So now this is open for slants. This is open for double moves to get down the field. This is open for inside release, taking up the seam for the play action pass. Now here's how you block this this option. This is the dive guy. This is who you're reading on the dive. If he comes this way, then you give it. If he goes down, then you pull it. This is the option guy. This is the pitch guy right here. So right here, this is how you block this. You're comboing the tackle. Boom, combo, boom. Up right there, blocking these guys. Combo to the backer. You do not block him. Why? Because this is the dive guy right here. If this guy crashes, Tebow will pull the ball and continue down the line with these guys coming around for the pitch. So this is the midline option, and this is the other guy. This is the field guy. He has the quarterback and or the pitch. If he takes Tebow, pitch to McKnight or Curley, house. If he goes for McKnight or Curley, Tebow takes it up and for a big gain. And if you want to get creative and you sit right here, you fake the midline option, you drop back to pass. Now you got Holmes either on the interior, on the seam. It's a lot of ground for a safety or a corner to cover, and that's why I think the option attack versus this aggressive defense of the San Francisco 49ers could be effective for the Jets if they get creative with the personnel. So I think they have some unique ways to attack the 49ers this week on offense.
Here are the personnel breakdowns for both teams. Obviously, the 49ers have a lot of great personnel top to bottom. The Jets defensively are very good, even without Darrelle Revis. The question still lies within the skill positions. If they can continue to improve and get better and find some type of consistency on offense, then the Jets can be a problem for teams moving forward. I like the 49ers in this ball game. Offensively, I just can't trust the Jets as of yet. The 49ers, if they get backed up, they can actually throw the football. They want to run, but they can throw. And I think that right there will be the catalyst for them to win this ball game out here in New York. And I think it's going to be a very low-scoring ball game, but the 49ers have the offense to get them out of a jam if they so get into one. Big shout out to the 49er fan forum and the New York Jets fan forums for always showing football game plan support.